Okay, so we're going to start by drawing some spring daffodils because spring is finally here, and so we're going to go ahead and do some daffodils. And so start with putting your name in the back of your paper and your room number. Once you have that on, go ahead and flip your paper over, and we're going to start by drawing either a face or kind of a pot to hold your daffodils. So I'm going to start with maybe a little lower than halfway down the page. I'm going to start with a nice curved line, okay? And you can make your pot or your vase a different shape than mine, but it should take about not more than this much because we're going to need this much for our flowers up here. All right, once I have that, I'm going to do a curve on this side. And whether you're doing a pot or you're doing a vase, it should be symmetrical. So if this side is about this big, then the other side will be too. Remember that symmetrical means the left and the right should match. All right, from there I'm going to do a curve. And if I do a curve on this side, then I need to go ahead and try to match that curve on the other side. And at the bottom, I'm just going to have it kind of come down just a little bit and a curve off to the side. Now, if you want to decorate this, you're more than welcome to. I could add a lip to it here. I could add some different decorations. Maybe I'll put a stripe on, and then later I can go back in and put a pattern or whatever I want there. But you're going to need to kind of start off with something to put your daffodils in. All right, I'm going to pause right there and kind of let you work on that and finish that up. Okay, now that most of us have a container for our daffodils, we're going to start. And so I'm going to start by drawing kind of the centers of my daffodils, and I'm going to spread them out over the top here. So I'm going to kind of draw like circle shapes, but they're going to kind of be a little bit bumpy because the middles of a daffodil are kind of fluted. And so I'm going to draw maybe, I don't know, at least 6, 7, 8 of these. You want to kind of fill up your space. So this just sort of helps me to kind of think about how I'm going to have, where my flowers are going to be so that I can make sure that I have enough to make it look interesting. And the ones kind of on the side will be kind of off to the side here, so I can kind of draw them kind of like this. And your handout should kind of give you a little bit of a hand if you're not quite sure where to put them. I'm going to put one more here. But you can kind of do as many or as few as you want. Maybe I'll do one more to kind of balance it. That way they're kind of balanced all the way around. You'll notice I'm going all the way from the bottom of my pot to all the way up to the top. Okay, and we're going to pick just one to kind of draw together, and then the other ones I'll draw maybe a couple together, and then the other ones we'll do kind of on our own. So from here, let's pick one. I'm going to pick this one here, and I'm going to have this daffodil point to the left. So whether you pick this one or a different one, pick one that you want to kind of be facing to the left. And I'm going to start with one curved line, two curved line, and a curve back like that. And that will be the inside of my daffodil. Okay. And then inside of there, we can kind of see the stamens of them. So I'm going to go ahead and put one curved line with a little dot on the end, and then I'll do that again, one curved line with a little dot. Now sometimes you see 2 and sometimes you see 3. You could even just see 1 in there. If the daffodil is looking straight at you, we can't see that whole thing. We'll show you that in the next one. All right, so now I've got the inside of my daffodil. I'm ready to do some petals. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to draw a curved line and a curved line down. And this kind of points in towards the middle of my daffodil. Okay, curve, curve for one petal. All right, now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to kind of start here behind there and curve it back so it goes to there. It's going towards the middle. If you want to think about there being like a center point here, all the petals point in towards that center. Do it again here. Okay, these are just nice curved lines. Yours do not have to look exactly like mine. In fact, I'm probably sure they probably won't. But that'll give me kind of a nice daffodil shape. I might even see a little bit of this petal here, but probably not the whole thing. I might might see just a smidge of that one. It really depends on how much you see there. You may or may not see that part. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and take one line here and one line there to make a nice daffodil there. All right. When you're done with that one, let's work on one of these that's facing the middle. So on this one, what I'm going to do is I have my curve, my circle here, but I can't see the lines on this one. I'm just going to put in 3 dots for the inside part because they're going straight back. I can't see them. And now I'm ready to do my petals. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing 5, but if you want to fit in, if you can fit in 6 or maybe even 7, that would be fine. I'll draw my line here and my second line there. We'll add some leaves in after we get all our daffodils in. Okay, so this one will be similar to that one, this one will be similar to that one, this will be similar to that one. Let's do one more facing to the side because I think that can be kind of tricky. We did this one here, we'll do one more maybe over here. Okay, so again, I'm going to start with my little like brown parts that come in here. 1, 2, maybe I'll do 3, but you don't have to. You could do 2, you could do 1, you could do 4 if you wanted. All right, and now I'm going to do the bell. So I'm going to do one curved line on this side and one curved line on this side. And then I'm going to have them touch. Now behind it, I'm going to do my petals. 1, 2, remembering that those are facing in. 1, 2, those are facing in. They all point to the center of my daffodil. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 there. Okay, now I'm going to do my lines. 1, 2. All right, I'm going to stop talking. If you want to keep drawing with me, you're welcome to. If you're like, I think I have the idea now, Mrs. Burley, I'm ready to do it myself, please feel free to draw. I'm going to kind of let the camera keep going while I finish my flowers, and then I'll pause, and then I'll come back on when we're ready to do leaves, okay? Okay. All right. If you have if you have room, mine is getting pretty full, but if you have room, you can add some leaves. And daffodil leaves kind of fold over and then come down, okay? And you can kind of see this. Sometimes if they're pointing straight up, they can kind of look like this, where they have a line and then they come through here. But a lot of them are just going to kind of fold over and come down. And again, these don't have to be perfect. No one's expecting perfection from you. If you are trying, you're doing fine. I think the most difficult thing, the thing you really want to think about when you're doing this, is you want to think about overlapping. You want to think about what goes on top of what. So this flower is on top of that one, this one is on top of that one, this one is on top of that one. And thinking about which flower is on top of which one will help you to get a better design. After you get it all sketched out, then you can get out your colored pencils and you can color. Okay, have fun.